So guys, how are y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 57 of
I forgot
the Option Select podcast. I'm Rick Pena, and my partner in crime. I'm not gonna do any more fucking intros because y'all ragged the shit out of me. Ruben Salazar. What's up, Ruben?
What's up,
fuck
man?
you, Steven. Yeah, Steven's all hanging out. This is easy. My Mario to my Luigi. Like fuck you. You're
Banjo
done.
to my kazooie.
Your kazooie. Like, oh, that's easy, dude. That's fucking low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah,
bro.
fuck you, Kevin.
Come up with
I love
something
you.
better, bro.
No, yeah. But anyways, guys, this is a podcast where we just talk shit. We'll do a little bit of that.
Well, you know what? You're the Martha to my Superman.
How do you know that name?
How do you know that name?
How do you know that name? Then Mikkel comes in here, beats the shit out of you.
Oh, God. She's got Martha as well. The fuck, dude?
All right, what's up, guys? No, but anyway, this is just a podcast that we, me and Ruben do on the weekend, sometimes with our other friends, and we get together, we talk about video games and what's going on, and some subjects that we want to discuss, and we share it with you guys. And we've been doing this for a year now, and really appreciate you guys hanging out because we just have a blast doing it, and we've had a busy day.
Oh yeah,
very busy day,
all day.
And we'll go more in depth into that. But we start every podcast with "How was your week?" And Ruben,
You start with me first. You had the bigger week than me, but all right. You know,
I had a lazier week.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll make mine.
Yeah.
Easy. I don't mean. What did I do this week? I worked.
You came over Monday.
Oh yeah, I came over Monday to help you out with your computer because your computer died, and we'll get into that later. Really, all I did was work. I came home. I played some video games. I've been listening to a lot of books. Which I haven't really watched anything on TV. Really, trying to knock out.
Anything on HBO Max?
Me and Alice have been watching like Big Bang Theory, stuff like that. That's on there right now.
Did I hear you talk to more saying that putting some DC movies out or something?
Yeah, they are pulling out multiple superhero movies right now. So who knows? I don't know what they're doing.
They're still working it out, probably.
Working out the kinks, probably. But anyway, we had ended up doing watching some Big Bang Theory. Morris came over to the house yesterday. We played some.
That was so awesome.
Played Resident Evil.
That was so fucking awesome.
And I just
dude.
watched him. I commentated on it because he's never streamed before, and except for like here in the podcast, but he's talking. You know, he's talking with us or whatever. So just streaming with him and him actually like explaining things that he was doing in the game. You know, with Resident Evil 2, and he did both playthroughs and the fourth survivor in 5 hours and 10 minutes or so, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Because he started off, you guys started the podcast, and I was just heckling you like, hey, I'm watching someone watch someone. Show me Morris. And then you showed Morris playing, and he was starting off as Claire, and he was like literally speed running.
Yeah.
But he was breaking it down, saying, okay, I'm going to pick up this item here, here, and here, and I'm going to run it this way because later on, this is going to affect you when you try to run it this way. And when you want to pick up these items and use it against, these certain enemies. And I think he said also, what was it? Oh, when he was talking about the part where the peace wiggles, we had to get around them, like
the penis wiggles.
The penis wiggles, yeah. Where Claire has she has a smaller hurt box, so she's able to go through it. And with Leon, since he's a bigger body, he gets clipped more.
Yeah,
and
like, you were able to see that during the playthrough.
You can see that too, and like I said, Morris is just there. Big what's up to Morris? Yeah, that was awesome. Good job, dude. And he was just playing, and he was just talking. And there was at one point you went to the restroom or to the corner store to get some drinks, and he was just playing, and he was just talking and just talking to himself and just breaking down what was going on. I thought that was awesome. It was like 5 hours, but those 5 hours I was just watching the stream, hanging out, chit-chatting with you guys, and the guys came in.
I think whenever you have a lot of viewers at one time and people are talking, and while you're having somebody focus on the game, I think that having somebody else as like the producer or whatever to read you the comments and talk about it with you to like
definitely
bounce it off of you is a way better experience. And I know big time streamers, they have producers and all that stuff, but like I'm not a big time streamer at all, but like
we're grassroots,
able to like you comment to basically me and me relay it to Morris and him get his real time reaction and all that stuff. It was pretty fun, man. And so he did that for about 5 hours. He unlocked some goodies for me, so I'm basically gonna like run through the game now.
Unlimited ammo.
Yeah, so just gonna run through the game now and get everything done and add that to my game completions this year. I don't think
No, you're not adding extra completions. You're not.
Did I complete anything?
You didn't complete Resident Evil 2?
No, I didn't complete that.
Motherfucker.
Book wise, I did complete A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, a Hunger Games novel this week.
That's the one you said it was the president, his when he was a kid or something?
Yeah, it's the President Snow whenever he was 16 years old or something like that. So did that, but I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Much.
Same author?
Yeah, it was just kind of like a story where it just kind of shows like how he went from his original mindset to like where he's at, you know,
His rise to
64
power.
years later or something like that. And it shows, you know, how smart he is and how he gets. Not, he doesn't actually show like how he becomes president and all that stuff. It just kind of like gives you that little hint, like, hey, this is how smart this kid is, and you know, this is the potential that he could have, and things like that. And it also like his rise wasn't. He wasn't born into it. Like he was born with a good name, which was like Snow, but he had to work for, like everything that he was doing. He had to work for it. So. I thought it was okay. They just try to humanize basically like, you know, an evil character that everybody hates.
Yeah, that reminds me of a book that I read way back when. It was a Magic the Gathering novel too, and it was when I played Magic the Gathering. I mean, it's been a while, a long time, but it was during the invasion era with Yawgmoth, Urza, Garrett. I'm trying to remember the names. Sisay. I forgot. Oh my God, what was Urza's planeswalker friend? Baron. But it was that's when I played it. But there was a book called The Thran, and I think I borrowed it from my friend Shane. And it was basically Yawgmoth's rise to power, and he's like the almighty, like really strong entity. I don't know if he's a god planeswalker or not, but the book was when he was just a human, and he was kind of like this traveling doctor, and no one believed what he was, you know, preaching, because he was breaking it down as, you know, people are just, you know, cells and everything, and people are like, no, that's hogwash, that's not true. And they kind of, you know, went to the society and just rise to power during that. And you got to see where he was kind of like a snake oil salesman into, he just rose and just got more like his little quirks just became evil. And it was a really good book. You know, got to see like, you know, how one of the evil bad guys was as a human, you know.
Yeah.
So that kind of reminds me of that.
And then today, basically just hanging out with you all day, and
We got cookies.
We'll talk about that.
We got tacos.
We'll talk about that here in a second. We got tacos. Oh yeah, we did get tacos. I forgot about that. Dude. But I don't think I really did anything else. Just, you know, working on that stuff. But everything was good and smooth, and
work was good.
Hot, but
hot as fuck.
Good. I mean, you didn't have to worry about that, but.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But how was your week, bro? You were on vacation.
My week, I was on vacation, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I was on vacation. It was really good. I was able to chill, relax. I was with Mikhail all week. I do want to say that Monday my laptop crapped out. Monday crapped out. It crapped out because the power was out. We woke up, the power was out. I'm like, oh, whatever, power shortage was out. And then, you know, around 10:30, the power comes back on, and I open my laptop, and the display's off. Okay, weird. So I call Ruben. Ruben comes over, looks at it. Well,
no, your old lady called me because you're too scared to call daddy.
I was tired. I was getting frustrated because
you're too scared to call daddy.
Working. I ain't calling Papa. So so the laptop was out. Okay, I had to go to fix it. It kind of put me in a sour mood, but it also later on that night, you know, Mikhail's like, maybe just a sign, Rick, that you're just too attached to this thing, and if you're letting it upset you, it's just too much. Like, you're right. That's one of the many things I do love about Mikhail, that she helps me put things in perspective. You know, she's
quick kissing her ass, bro.
That's how it works out when you're in a healthy relationship. Okay, when you find one.
You know what's funny to me about this whole situation was the fact that you were like, last podcast, you're like, I'm gonna stream all week.
I was, but I couldn't because my laptop was out, and that's one of the reasons that kind of
karma.
But it's okay. It's okay. Nothing ends. It's okay. I'm gonna get back. I got this nice little. It's a biscuit better than the laptop.
A little bit better. A little bit more.
Papa dropped some dough on it.
Yeah, you did.
So
we're not in a recession up in here.
We're gonna set it up tonight, later on after this show. But I was on vacation. But me and Mikhail, we did the projects. We worked on the carport. We're damn near done. We put the part where the flashing. We sealed that off so the water won't come through between the carport and the house, which makes a big difference. We went in there. My dad came over. He's like, all right, here's all the parts. Okay, got it. And then, like, my dad left, and he came back 20 minutes later, like, you could do it, right? I'm like, yeah, we got it, we do it. He's like, okay, do you want to make sure? You know, like, my dad was like, because I don't think he's too confident. It's like, nah, probably not. I mean, I'm not the most mechanical guy, but we'll get it. And sure enough, we got it. We knocked it out. So we did that part. Me and Mikhail started brainstorming. We're like, what else can we do? You know what? We've been talking about, you know, making our own garden. I know that's kind of like the buzz thing for everybody to do, but when everything was going on, it's like, shit, dude, do you really want to go to the supermarket and not have, you know, your greens available? Like, it's something we could do, another project. So we kind of started looking into that. We started our own compost heaps. So, like all your vegetables that you don't eat, or eggshells and your grass clippings and stuff like that, we just kind of put these little compost heaps that we started in the backyard and just throwing in there. So we're going to get that rolling. That way, when we do get the garden up and running, we'll have some nice compost for that. But other than that, though, it was a pretty good week. I was on vacation. I was chilled, relaxed. Did exercises, kept on that. But your boy Rick got a little thick. Bro, I had
how thick are we talking?
I was the week before, I was at around 166, 167. Your boy's coming in at 170, 171. Like, I know it doesn't sound like too much, but bro, it's going out there. Cheesecake. I had cheesecake that Mikhail bought from the store.
You also had cookies today. I'm like,
cookies.
Yeah, cookies, bro.
I had tacos.
And what's funny is Mikhail started off with cookies this morning.
I know.
That was her breakfast. She was like, I had cookies.
She's like, I ate something. I'm like, what'd you eat? Cookies. I'm like,
bitch.
Fine choice.
And then
fine choice.
And then I had to go and bring up those fucking crumbles.
That's it. But yeah, week was pretty good. It was chill. It was hot outside, but I didn't worry about it too much. It's good, I hung out the guys. I did play some Persona. I'm at the, I want to say, the third to last palace, but even then, it's still a long, guys. That game is fucking forever. I'm at 70 hours and still taking a while. I forgot to preface that. After the podcast last week, that's when we had our birthday party, our belated 2-month birthday party.
Right.
So it was good having you guys come over.
Mm-hmm.
The Berwicks.
I mean,
Catvis.
Katniss.
Kevin and Morris, guys coming over and just goofing off, being silly. It's long overdue to have a tight little group hanging out together and having a good time. So that was fun, and that was a good way to kick off my vacation. But other than that, though, pretty good. Chill,
what'd you do today?
Today we're talking about today. I guess it's part of today. Yeah, we since the laptop went out and it's under warranty, so fortunately they are fixing that. We went to Micro Center Tuesday to go drop it off, and I messaged Ruben. It was Tuesday. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I just come home with a PC and do it instantly? Memes like, join the dark side, do it, come on, do it, you coward,
do it.
And but the thing is, and I was doing that while I was brushing my teeth, and then I go back to the room, and I was like, who the fuck's messaging you? Oh, it's Ruben, because my watch was by the headboard. So who's blowing your phone up? I was Ruben, talking about getting a PC. Like, you can get one? Like, yeah,
maybe.
So throughout the whole week, me and Mikhail just started researching parts, and then I told you, like, hey, we're doing Saturday. You're like, nothing. I'm like, want to go to Micro Center? You're like,
yeah.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Fucking ain't right.
We're like, yeah. So we went to Micro Center, and oh boy, was it packed.
Oh, it was real packed.
It was packed.
You could not social distance in there.
No, dude. You guys were in there like we're sardines, and the line was just wrapped around the little aisle when you check out and going down the main aisle. So we were there for a good while. We were just picking out parts, what we needed, and we found this nice guy, Evan.
Shout out to
that
Evan.
guy. Yeah, good job, really good guy. Hey, what do you need? Real polite and friendly, and just gave us suggestions. And hey, we don't have this, but you could try to look at this. And then Ruben, of course, my tech guy, helping me out with what we needed. And sure enough, we came home, we brought it together. We're like, shit, this case only came with only one fan.
Yeah, we had to buy some fans.
So we just went to Best Buy, we ordered them online.
Yeah, 5 minutes later.
Oh, it's ready for curbside pickup. We're like, oh shit, okay. So we went to go pick up the fans and put it together for the most part. Now we just gotta go.
It's all done. You just have to set it up at home.
Fine tune it. Log into all your stuff.
Yeah, you gotta
settings.
You're gonna have to log into everything, set it up. Well, first you gotta set it up in the house where you want it, and all that good stuff. Because once you put something like that down, I mean,
stationary.
It's a pretty stationary thing. My recommendation to you would be to use the monitor mount that I gave you. Put your computer on the desk. That way it doesn't accumulate a lot of fur. However, you do have cats. I don't know if they ever jump on the desk.
I have dogs.
You have cats at the house.
Mikhail has cats.
I don't know if they ever jump on top of the desk and try to...
No,
okay.
Papa.
Okay, well then you should be fine. Your desktop should be fine on the top there, which is what I'm going to do with eventually do with this one. I've got a monitor mount. I've got a triple monitor mount that I'm going to use for this one. And the reason why I'm going to use a triple is because this is being an ultra wide right here. Only 2 monitors fit on the triple wide monitor mount, so I'm going to use that one on this desk. I'm going to put my computer on top of it where it belongs, and then I'm going to move this over here for you.
You're going to put a screen right here, so I'll be
plebs.
like, hey Ruben, you do a podcast?
I don't have to look at you, bro. I can. I could do this shit in my. I could do this shit in my sleep, bro.
That's you every week.
I don't have to look at you, bro. I mean, half the time you were talking to me, I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah,
I was trying to say.
That's what we do, guys. That's how it works.
I'm doing producer stuff over here. Producer stuff. But anyway, so we have a lot of information that we have to get through today, and we're already about 15 minutes in. So I say we pick it up, and
okay. We have a decision. We have a word for it. Do we go dive deep? Do we dive in head first into the PlayStation 5?
Yeah, let's go
and break that down, or we
go
get the little size of bullshit. And all like
I think that.
I think the PS5 Revealed is going to be a big topic.
I think. Well, I mean, for me, the PS5 is definitely the big news this week. So I think we should go ahead and get it out of the way for our listeners. I mean, everybody knows about it. The memes are real right now. Real. You know, so the console I think looks dope as shit. People could talk about how big it is.
Colors. I like the hold on. Which console am I?
You're the black version of the PS5.
Which console? Yeah, which console am I?
You're the black version of the PS5, bro. But yeah, the collar stuff is hilarious and whatever. But I think the console looks way better than the Xbox. But the thing is, what people have to realize is these components take up space.
Oh yeah.
And if you want a more powerful unit, then yeah, you have to get a bigger area, and it also needs to breathe so it doesn't die from overheating.
Of course.
Which is why we bought fans for your PC, because one fan wasn't going to cut it in that thing. It was going to overheat and die.
No.
You know, things like that. Like, this thing has to be able to breathe. It's got to be able to move. And like, I like the Xbox design of it as well. It's kind of like Mac-ish, like when Mac had the trash can.
Oh my god, yeah.
The trash can Macs, where it just had like one big fan in the center, and it would like suck all the air out of it. Well, people thought that the design choice or like the aesthetics it looked like a trash can, but in all honesty, I think that's a dope.
It was very efficient for the.
That's very dope. Like, that's a very cool. You know, like what they were doing with it at the time. I thought it was very cool. So, I respect Microsoft for their design choice. I do think that it is a little too rectangular, but you know, whatever. I'll probably end up getting both.
Me too.
I'm probably gonna end up getting both. I don't know why I'm talking shit, but like the PS5 does look more futuristic.
It does. It has the fins and everything.
Yeah, and it looks like you know, like Wally and Eva, basically.
It looks like Eva's girlfriend.
Yeah,
Wally's girlfriend.
So I'm pretty stoked about both of these things. The one thing that I wanted to give praise for Sony off the bat for their press conference over Xbox's press conference was the fact that during the Sony's I don't know, state of play,
we'll cut the reveal,
the future of gaming, they showed off like gameplay. That was my biggest.
They showed off gameplay. They showed pre-alpha footage, and they actually put on pre-alpha footage. There was actual gameplay footage. So yeah, you saw
captured on PS5
on PS5 development kits. So you saw stuff like that. You know, these proper disclaimers. You know, that were probably true. What you saw on the Xbox,
it was all cinematics basically.
Come on, bro.
It was all cinematics.
Oh yeah. They
could have done better, and to be honest, they're probably both going to look very similar. Yeah, the Xbox is more powerful than the PS5. It is what it is, but I'm not buying the consoles to play, you know, fucking first person shooters. I have my PC for that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play all my arcade shit and the stuff that doesn't come out on my PC. I'll play it on there unless I wait 12 years and get Persona 4 Golden. That just came out today. Shadow dropped. So shouts. Yeah, man. If you always wanted to play Persona 4 Golden like me, it is out right now. It got dropped during that.
Shadow dropped during games.
PC Game Expo or I gotta look it up.
So just so much information.
Stuff going on.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get to this PlayStation.
Okay, what I want to start off with the PlayStation real quick. It starts off with Grand Theft Auto 5. Like right off.
The PS3 game.
No, the PS4 game. No, wait.
It was originally on the PS3.
It's a PS4 game, right?
It's a PS3 game that got ported over to PS4.
Oh, Skyrim.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude.
I can't wait till Skyrim port happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Because the new Elder Scrolls 6 isn't happening for like another 6 years or something like that. So I would assume that we're going to get a Skyrim port.
So what's the significance of Rockstar saying, here's Grand Theft Auto 5 ported over 2021?
I think it was just multiplayer. They didn't say it was the entire game. It was just multiplayer. So multiplayer is going to be available for everybody at launch on PS5, which means that you don't have to buy the game anymore. It's just free to play basically. But if you own it now on PlayStation 4, you're getting $1 million in your online money every month until it releases, which I'm assuming they're going to give you like 5 or 6 $5 million or so. So that, I mean, it's moving to a free to play model, and like the currency inside of the game is how they're adding revenue.
I'm would not be surprised to see a actual gameplay, the main campaign for sale.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's how strong that game is. And how many times have we talked? Actually, I have the MPD reports for this one came out, but I didn't write them down. I'm gonna save that for next week. Okay. But how many times have I said MPD reports, and how many times Grand Theft Auto has been on there? Like damn near almost every time.
A lot.
At least if it's not their top 10, it's up their top 20. You know, since we've been doing this podcast and bringing it up. So the fact that this game is coming out with on the Sony on the PlayStation 5, I think it's a testament to what Rockstar is doing and how good this game is.
Yeah, it's a fun game. But it's time. It's time for.
You got Red Dead Redemption 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that was a different studio. It's time for a new
Grand Theft Auto 6.
It's time for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's time. It's time for them to move on. I mean, even if they did like a remaster in between.
What do you mean remaster?
Fuck, dude, I'd play a fucking GTA.
PS3.
I'll play a GTA Vice City any day. I'll play hell yeah. I'll play a GTA San Andreas or a 3, with modern controls and like better graphics and a protagonist that actually talks. From Grand Theft Auto 3, he didn't talk.
That was Vice. Liberty City.
Just 3. Liberty City, yeah.
Liberty City.
So, things like that.
I was surprised that it came out. That it was announced. I was like, whoa.
And it was the first game.
Yeah. That just tells you, right, the power of that, how strong that game is.
I'm done. I beat the game. Like, I'm not playing it online. It's
buy
okay.
it again, bro.
I'm not gonna buy it again. It's
free.
It's
part of the contract.
It's free for PlayStation 5.
As a gamer, I think it's part of the contract. You have to buy this game every time it comes out, like Skyrim.
But yeah, and then like right after GTA, they had did Spider-Man Miles Morales, and there was a lot of stuff going around about this one.
There was a lot of rumors flying saying, I know our first knee-jerk reaction. It was just our reaction when we saw it. We were thinking, oh, part 2 or expansion or DLC. I mean, we didn't show, and sure enough, when we went on Reddit, I mean that reflected it. So I think there's some sources that talked about that this is an actual like.
It's an expansion, but it's kind of like a standalone. You don't have to have the main game. You can just buy this and play this.
So, yeah.
So, it looks pretty cool. They didn't show off too much gameplay on that one. They just kind of showed a little bit, here and there. And to be honest, it looked a lot like Spider-Man that's out right now for PS4. So, I mean, playing as Miles, I think it'd be pretty cool seeing what kind of like stuff that they can bring to the table with his style, because Miles Morales and Peter Parker are two totally different kids or whatever. So I'd like to see what they bring to the table with Miles and how they're gonna move that story on. I think they're trying to give it like that little push into Spider-Man 2, because in Spider-Man 2 the leaks are saying that it's gonna be symbiote. So at some point Peter Parker has to be the black suit Spidey. He's gonna be bad, and I'm assuming that Miles Morales is gonna have to come and pull him from that. So like you're gonna play as Spider-Man for a while, and you might even do like a TikTok back and forth version. So you might be playing as
a little 10-second dance.
No, what I mean is like you might be playing as Black Suit Spider-Man for a mission, and then turn right around and play the exact same mission as Miles Morales trying to stop Black Suit Spider-Man.
If they get rid of those stealth missions, I'm okay.
I love stealth missions, dude. Those are cool.
Do you think this is possible for them to start building a video game MCU, Marvel video game universe?
They are. Avengers is coming out.
I mean, that's being helmed by the Square Enix team, correct? Right. So, does Marvel dip their hand and say, "Hey, Square Enix, we have Insomniac, Sony working on this.
Mm-hmm.
Start." Do you think they have that kind of sway?
They could. I don't know.
That'd be pretty ballsy.
That'd be pretty badass if Insomniac would. But the thing is, they would have to have like different studios to do every different game and tie them in somehow. But that Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales, comes out holiday 2020, and I'm looking forward to it. I love Spider-Man on PS4. It was great. Probably the best superhero game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Ever. So hands down, I can't wait for the next one.
So when we were watching the PS5 Revealed, we both got on Discord and we were watching it live. It was you and me, Mikkel, and bro, you had your credit card ready.
Oh, it was ready to go.
You're refreshing.
I was gonna order.
Target,
I was gonna order
Amazon.
right then and there.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
No, I'm just saying.
Why not? If I'm going to spend money on myself, I know what I'm going to spend money on.
You are ready.
I don't buy frivolous shit that I don't use. Like everything that I spend money on, I use in the house. So if my money doesn't come, directly to the shit that I do, my hobbies, it goes towards the house. That's it. And me and stuff for me and Alice to do, like go out or whatever. So. Yeah, I was gonna buy it right then and there. Real quick.
I was just asking.
I was gonna buy it right there. I told you if I was stuck at work, you were gonna buy me a console.
Defensive.
You were gonna buy me.
No defensive, Papa. I don't know. We're on the same side. We're just talking about.
Mad that I was just gonna, like you did with that computer today.
A little over budget.
$800 over budget. A whole PS5 over budget.
Over budget.
Yeah,
I can't talk about shit. I can't say the PlayStation 5 is too much.
We don't even know how much it costs.
No. That. Do you think that's a good thing? We didn't get a price reveal.
No, I'm a little upset. I think they're holding off because Xbox is holding off.
I think that could. Okay, that sounds very plausible. That they're holding off. They playing price chicken.
I think they want to undercut.
They're playing
Xbox.
Price chicken, But I also think, you give all these announcements, all these trailers for these games that are coming out, and everybody gets hyped, and then $6.99, like, like the party's over, you know what I'm talking about? Because that's I mean, no matter how you slice it, that's a little cut, that's a little deep cut,
steep, But 7 years, 8 years, how long has it been? 8 years, 7 years.
Well, depending on how. Well, that's PlayStation 4, but even then you had pro versions in the middle of the life cycle. But still, you have all this excitement and hype, and then $6.99. For some people, I mean, for everybody, that's a big chunk of money. But for some people, that is very
steep.
Big chunk of very steep. So yeah. I mean, I think that might have taken. If you would have done that, it could have taken a lot of the wind out of people's sails. So
I think it would have been fine. I think if the hardcore people are going to buy it anyway, and the people that can't afford it will save up the money to buy it later on. And by the time that if they have to save up the money to purchase it later on, then what's going to end up happening is the price is going to drop, and then they'll be able to buy
the console price
game or whatever. But yeah, I think right now they're just holding off for Microsoft. Yeah, I think they're playing price chicken.
Price chicken, bro.
It's exactly what's going on. Is that exactly what happened with the what was it, in the last generation, where they're trying to figure out not backwards compatibility but game sharing, because they were trying to go the digital route back then 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're going digital and with disc or whatever.
I saw that.
Yeah.
With two versions of it, which I don't want to say it didn't surprise me, but at the same time it did surprise me, because I know that was in the talks with Xbox doing that. Yeah. So for Sony to do this, I'm like, okay. And I think you and me have two different views on that. I believe that the one with the hard drive, will be probably priced around, in my opinion, $599, and I'm thinking the digital might be maybe $100, maybe at $499. That's what I think. I think that they're gonna make a difference to maybe help. If someone wants to hire, I don't know. Well, they want the one where they get the physical, maybe even the higher end version. Who knows? They could pay a little extra. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised that there is how we talked about. There's a PS4 Pro that they're going to start off the gate. Who knows? This is just speculation. Maybe it's just
Well, my thought on it is, what's going to end up happening is, the disc version will be more expensive because of the physical copy thing. And then actually, I take that back. My thought is they're both going to be the exact same price, because the disc version will have less hard drive space, and then the disc-less version will have more hard drive space, because solid states they don't take up that much space, but they are more expensive. And you need more space if you're going to do a digital only console. You're not going to have that medium to pull out of your
solid
console.
States.
Yeah.
When you show it to me, when you're like, "Hey, this is solid state," I'm like, "That's a solid state?" You're like, "Yeah."
That's a M.2.
Yeah. That good?
Well, they're very good.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think they're both going to be the same price. It's just which road do you want to go down? If they can promise me, I don't mind going either road. I don't, because the games that I purchase I keep for forever anyway. But like, they need to make sure that what happens is like, whenever the PS5 comes out, they do the same thing that Xbox is doing, which is we're just going to call it the Xbox from now on, and it's just going to be the Series Y or whatever they're gonna call the next one, and then like all your stuff and games and all that stuff will be ported over to your next
Smart Pass
console.
delivery or whatever it's called. Yeah,
exactly. So I think Sony needs to come up with something like that and like have something ready. Like I'm not gonna get a digital only console if you're gonna shut down servers and I can never play my games in 10 years from now or something like that, right? So there needs to be contingencies for all those things. So I think the console looks dope though, man. The white and black is so good, and the blue accents on everything looks very, very nice. I thought the little teaser or whatever of the dashboard looked very cool too. The stream kind of looked a little iffy throughout, but I mean it was a stream. But once they uploaded everything, I went back and rewatched all the videos again yesterday or the day before yesterday after everything had happened. So I'm stoked, man. But PS5 is coming, dude. It's coming this year.
They're gonna have another USB port behind the console, right?
Of course.
They can't just leave with one 3.0 USB. I mean, because the way I see it is, as a fighting fan enthusiast,
bro, there's 2 USBs on the front of that fucking console. You're driving me nuts.
3.0?
There's
3. Have you seen the end of my fight stick? You know what? You know that
your fight stick uses 2.0. First
2.0,
of all,
okay, 2.0, whatever it is. But you're talking about the little square one, USB.
There's one of those.
That's one on
but
front.
There's a C.
And there's
also.
another one in the back, right?
But there's a C also.
Okay, so I don't know if you looked at the end of my fight sticks, but none of them have a C.
You can get an adapter. You're gonna hold on, time out. You're gonna be mad about an adapter that you buy adapters all the time.
Okay, so now I'm adding more MS, more extra frames.
Bro, you're killing me, bro. You bought the GameCube. You bought the GameCube adapter for the fucking controller.
GameCube.
Whatever that shit is for the Switch.
Actually, I think it actually has less MS than it does wireless. I think wireless actually has just slightly more because it doesn't. It's not hardwired in there.
Of course it does.
So,
but you bought that, and that uses up 2 USB.
I wanted to play a party game,
but.
Triggered.
Oh my god!
That Smash is a fighting game. I just like saying that because it fucking works.
You're such a shit. You're such a shit.
But I do hope they have another USB port in the back. I think the Xbox has that.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But you're crying about, I'm gonna put an adapter on it. But you bought
knee-jerk reactions. I'm allowed to it.
But you bought
6 months
adapters
later
before,
when I see the podcast.
But you can't complain about adapters, especially when you bought adapters before. You just can't. You just can't.
Fighting sticks.
You just can't.
Fighting sticks.
You just can't though.
Fighting sticks.
Yeah, I get it, but
I get it. Not fighting stick.
Nobody plays fighting games anymore. I mean,
you shut your.
How many?
Okay, you're right because the fucking COVID shut down everything. You're fucking right.
How many people are playing Evo Online right now?
All they play is fighting herds. Okay, a brony fighting game. Skullgirls, Killer Instinct, and Mortal Kombat. That's the thing.
That's it. Because they actually have good netcode.
Yeah, everything else.
Sorry,
guys.
Trash netcode.
If you want to play Grand Blue Fantasy versus
trash netcode. Look at all these trash netcode games I have.
I'm just gonna turn it around.
Fuck, dude. Like, get on your game, fighting games. Bro, but you want to complain about what drives me nuts is you want to complain about adapters when you
That's the best part, though.
When you purchase adapters before.
That's the best part. I get to, bitch.
Your laptop is even connected to an adapter that connects to other things, which is the funniest thing to me.
No. Yeah.
And even then, you know what's even funnier about that is that you could connect that laptop dock to the PS4 because it's got the fucking Thunderbolt in the front.
You get the Thunderbolt out of this.
Boom, and then now you got 6 USB ports on the back of that motherfucker.
Too much lag.
So crazy.
Too much MS.
Too much lag, my ass. Too much lag.
But anyway, guys, that's my knee-jerk reaction.
And you
Chat, y'all let me know if you guys play fighting games.
This is big shit knee-jerk.
Who knows? Maybe I'm playing pad. Maybe I'll become a pad player this generation.
You probably will.
Or go to Xbox.
A bunch of party games are coming out, like Street Fighter 6.
They ain't coming. One more season.
One more.
Oh, so what were one of the games that you really got that picked your interest for the during reviews?
Dude, I have a couple. There's so much. But one of my favorite platformers of all time is called Ratchet and Clank. Platformer adventure game, whatever. That one got an announcement. What was it called? Rift Apart. Yeah. Rift Apart. So Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart got announced somewhere after Grand Theft Auto because Grand Theft Auto.
That looks so good.
It looks.
I'm
so
not the
funny.
biggest Ratchet and Clank fan, but just how that looked, and you see the particles and the reflections and just things going off, and you're just and porting through and everything. I was like,
it looks freaking awesome.
This looks fun.
All the games that they've ever put out were pretty freaking awesome. So I'm very excited about that one. There was a lot of time travel and like dimension shift stuff during this entire like reveal. So you had like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. You had Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. You had Returnal.
That one has my interest also. It's like, is that gonna be like a roguelike game or something?
It looked like a bullet hell third person shooter.
Like a roguelike for a AAA or like for a high budget, because you see roguelikes that I can recall off my top head. Usually the indie games, the smaller games are the roguelikes.
Right.
You know, could this be that? Because it looked like it had that Day After Tomorrow vibe with Tom Cruise. You know, he just dies.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Or Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge
Or Day
of
After
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Something like that.
Yeah.
Where like he just keeps coming back. So I was thinking, okay, this could be something like that. So I like that.
So like there was a lot of like time and like dimension shift type of games. So Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, what was that other one that was
someone with that the guy's in space. He looks like he's like in somewhere in downtown, and then like the sky breaks away and like it shows outer space. That one,
Deathloop as well.
Deathloop, that's the one from Arcane Studios. They did
it looks like Dishonored and all that stuff. There was a lot of like, I noticed like there was like a little bit of a theme of like time travel and like dimension shift and stuff like that. So I mean, all three of those games look fucking phenomenal. I'm so psyched for all of those. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank being one of my favorite games and game franchises of all time, I'm glad that Insomniac is also doing that and doing another Spider-Man game and another Spider-Man game on top of that game. They're just killing it. I don't know how many people they got working on,
bro.
Dude. And then like you said, the particle effects and all the little destructible environments and the rifts that they're going through and stuff like that. Man, it looked so fun, and it was. I mean, all those games are just so freaking good to me, and I can't wait for the next one. It might be a kid's game. I don't care. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
It's a game. So. It's called a game.
Oh yeah.
Play it.
So you're excited for Returnal?
Returnal, that was on my radar. When we're watching, oh my God! When we saw Demon Souls being remade by Blue Point, I was like, bro. Okay, at first it showed like this, you know, the camera's panning over this desolate land, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, it's gonna be it was the one they announced during E3 of last year. I think
the George R. Martin.
Yeah, I think it's called like Elden Rings or something like that. I was like, oh, it's gonna be that.
No.
I was like, no. I was like, oh, damn. And then you see the little night avatar. You seen them before? Like,
I was like, oh, I know what that is. That's Demon Souls.
And then the music plays and the monsters are coming out. I was like, holy shit.
The guy with the big tower shield.
Yeah, just drops it. Remastered Blue Point. Like, oh my God, they remastered that company Blue Point. They did Shadow of the Colossus, and I think they did a really good job with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see this one, Demon Souls.
They're gonna kill it.
So probably the first Demon Souls game for the PS5, and it's gonna be a remake. I'm down for it, dude. I'm down for it.
Souls-like game.
Another Souls-like game. We get all the buzzwords. So I'm excited for that. And excuse me, guys. When we saw the trailer for Final Fantasy Resident Evil 8, I was like, what the hell is this setting, dude? I was like, what?
Yeah, it looks a little strange.
I saw it. It's like, well, I was like, okay, after looking at it, like, okay, this has that Resident Evil look to it, you know, the way the characters are drawn and stuff. Like, sure enough, Chris.
Like, it didn't look like Chris.
That's thick Chris.
That's thick. He thick.
But dude, the thing is with Capcom, or at least when it comes to the Resident Evil Resident Evil characters, they look different each and every time you see them, because Jill Valentine looks slightly different than, you know, the Jill Valentine from, you know, previous Resident Evil games.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not knocking it and saying it's a bad job, but yo, man, like they're always taking these. And I know there's different artists that take over and they do their own rendition, you know, renditions of it, you know, to make it look different, to make it their own spin. But I was like, that's Chris?
Huh?
Redfield?
Huh? Nah.
Okay, maybe a couple sandwiches, but yeah, sure.
He had a couple.
Yeah, a couple sandwiches, but it's another Resident Evil 8, and we were talking about it too. We're like, what's gonna happen after Resident Evil 3 remake? Are they going into, you know,
both
to the remake, or they're going into, you know, going to 8?
Yeah.
So,
and me and Morris had talked about that, the whole Resident Evil franchise in general. I'd like to see a one remake, not a remaster, because they've already done the remaster. Also a 0 remake, and Code Veronica, because I don't really care about 4. I never played through it. I own it, but I've never really played through it.
I heard that was the best one.
But I need to. I've got it it's on my list of my backlog or whatever. So I'm excited for the new Resident Evil. I haven't played 7. I haven't played 6 or 7 yet, but
Seven's more a return to roots when it comes to the horror part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where because I know we talked about it before, but where 3 starts becoming less of the horror and more into the action part.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think 6 was an accumulation of that, and 7 went back to its root and was very horror like. Because I played it on VR, and sure enough, dude, I mean, you're playing just as a guy who ended up in some backwoods Louisiana mansion,
right?
And there's a family that's crazy, and it leans very, very deep into that, which it's a good return to form for that. So I'm hoping 8 is gonna follow that, go off of that.
Yeah, I need to borrow Mikkel's copy.
You got it, bro.
Let me borrow that, Mikkel. Also.
Backlog it again, bro. you got Last of Us 2 coming out next week.
Yeah, I know, dude.
How you gonna finish it?
I'm ready. It's got like perfect 10s everywhere.
I could believe it.
Everywhere.
Even though I'm not a fan of it, I could believe it. I mean, there's the little parts that I was watching you play. Playing as Joel and Ellie and everything, going around.
Love that game, dude.
That one part where no spoiler because the game's been out for fucking forever. It's not major, but that one part where Joel was getting held underwater, and Ellie just comes up, and like just the way Joel
reacted to it.
Yeah, who's the voice actor? Troy Baker.
Huh? Yeah, I think it was Troy Baker.
Yeah, the way he plays it out, like it's so good. Like this is Joel. He's a character. He's like there's depth.
Like I told you to stay up there. Bro.
Yeah. Thank you would have been nice, but the way they played that out was really, really good. I like that, And at the very end, before he takes off to do that mission, he's like, "By the way, if it was me or him, you did the right choice."
Yeah,
and just
walk,
I like
he
that.
Thought about
he's not
it.
asking for, he's not saying thank you, but that's his way of saying thank you. So I really did like that, just that little part. So when I see these 10s coming out from different companies about Last of Us 2, I can see why the team at
Naughty Dog.
At Naughty Dog with Neil Druckmann and his crew of writing stuff,
killing it.
Yeah, and of course they got one of the showrunners who's going to be doing that did Chernobyl is going to be on their show to do
Last of Us show.
Their HBO show.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
The other one I'm pretty sure everybody's excited for this. I can't say that I am 100% because I haven't completed the first game. So Horizon Forbidden West was the last. It was the show closer. I'm pretty sure that was like the biggest thing for them to put out there because everybody's been looking forward to this game and all that stuff. I haven't completed the first one. I played it, but I haven't completed it.
Got a copy.
And I've got to add that. That is on my backlog too.
Copy.
I got one too. I got a definitive edition copy. So I'm gonna work on that one as soon as I'm done with Last of Us and Last of Us 2. I'm working on Last of Us all week. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm working on Last of Us. So with Horizon Forbidden West, of course, I'm excited for it. It looked great. The monsters are bigger. It looks like they're having like this giant war. They're fighting mastodons and like all this other stuff. It looked really cool. Very excited to see actual like more gameplay and like how in depth it gets because like in the original Horizon, there's you got your skill tree and how you do things and stuff like that, and like you can free climb and do hunting and it wasn't just like tied to like here's a mission and then here's another mission. It was like here's a mission. It was like open world and then like a little bit more Assassin's Creed ish, but like set in this dystopian future where like machines somehow are animals.
They've taken over.
I don't know.
Where machines have become sentient and are kind of taken over.
They're freaking cool looking though. The way they designed the horses and
machines
stuff.
Into organic life.
Very much so.
Very Mass Effect 3.
Very much. So I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, I will be looking forward to it even more as soon as I complete the first one. But everybody's super hyped for that, which is why it closed out the show. I think with the whole Grand Theft Auto thing, why they went with Grand Theft Auto first is because they wanted something familiar. And as you notice, like it started off very familiar. So it was like, here's Grand Theft Auto 5, here's Spider-Man, here's Ratchet and Clank, here's Gran Turismo 7, which is also coming out. And hey guys, it's a racing game. It's a racing game.
It's a driving simulator.
Oh, I'm sorry, driving simulator.
Get that right.
It's a driving simulator. Not a whole. I mean, they made the tires more round.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
And it sounds really good.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And then it started getting into all these new IPs. So then you have Project Athea, which is a new IP from Square.
Yeah, I wish they would have shown me just a little bit more of that.
Yeah, they didn't show too much.
I wish they would have shown me a little bit more.
It was
I
like
saw her jumping.
An orb.
I saw her jumping from from the side of a mountain, jumping and jumping. I see these giant animals, these giant beasts, these giant dragons coming out. It's kind of these spells flying and designed exclusively for PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm interested on that.
But then like you see how it went from like it did go from like familiar to less familiar, and then it went back into familiar. Like they closed out the show with something more familiar. So like it went from all these things, these new IPs, you know, Project Athea, Stray, Sackboy: The Big Adventure, Destruction All Stars, all these brand new IPs that like people don't really know about, but they're trying to give them that spotlight.
Yeah.
So they suck you in with shit that you know, and then like, hey, stick around because you might see some other stuff, and then like, of course, then they mix in, then they like around, you know, where Kina Bridge of Spirits came out, which I thought looked so good.
Look good.
Kina looked like a fucking Pixar movie. Then they start going into like, it was like new old. So it was like Oddworld, and then Ghostwire Tokyo.
Which looked pretty cool. It looked interesting. I like that. Just a whole kanji. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's check that out.
But then like they would do a couple more newer ones, and they would go, okay, here's Hitman 3, and then here's a couple more. Here's after Hitman 3 was like Little Devil Inside, which, oh my god,
the artwork was pretty cool.
Was that Tim Burton's Witcher?
It looked like a Tim Burton got a hold of something.
Tim Burton Witcher?
You know, yeah. The style was very unique, and it really stood out to me. I enjoyed it. I like how it looked. So we'll see what that's about.
I think what they ended up doing was they just kind of try to keep everybody around. So Project Athea, I wish I would have seen a little bit more of that.
Godfall
looked really
from Gearbox.
Fucking awesome, dude.
It looks like just big action, good looking armor, going around, collecting stuff.
God of War with loot.
Let's go for it, bro.
God of War with loot, basically.
Let's just play. Let's do it. Oh yeah. So they even said it. They announced it. I remember during the game, the video game awards of 2019. They had Jeff Keighley interviewed one of the developers, and they just briefly talked about it. They say it's going to be their melee shooter looter. So we'll see how that goes, and it actually does look like fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. I'll tell you one that I'm not excited for.
Go.
Was it Goodbye Volcano High?
Angsty little dinosaur furries.
I don't know what to think about that.
Okay, it's and
something for everybody.
Me guys, this is not my style of games. Okay, I don't care much for your Life is Strange, your Night in the Woods, these very narrative driven games. You know, some people like them. That's great. But to me, or like the Telltale games, stuff like that, to me it's like, okay, sure, you know. But to me, I don't really care, dude.
Yeah, I'm
not
definitely
gonna get canceled. This is a real game. You're just a pig.
Somebody's gonna commit suicide in the game.
Someone's gonna get mad and cancel me because I don't acknowledge it as a game.
Oh, I was gonna say it looked like 13 Reasons Why with furries. I don't know.
Yeah, with dino furries. But you know what, guys? It is what it is. Hey, if you like the narrative-driven games, by all means.
But yeah, so Stray didn't really.
Mikhail's like, I want that.
Yeah, it didn't really impress me too much. It looked cool, but nothing.
I like the concept of it, the premises. You know, it looked like a cat was just trying to survive in a world where these robots, it's almost like what we are. You know, humans have become robots, and now robots are becoming human, where they're just going through the mundane, walking through the street, checking their phones. Yeah. Socialize. It feels kind of that's the vibe they're going for, and I guess in the life of a stray cat, who knows.
Sackboy: A Big Adventure was pretty exciting for me because for one, it's just adorable, but for two, it is a 4-person co-op game, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, you know, you can have all these single player games, but like, what about
the co-op? Yeah,
not even just co-op, but like parents who have kids, like you need some kind of kid game in there. Like that's where the Switch really shines, is it has all the kid games, you know. So Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Also with Sackboy, I like how they introduced multiplayer, because they start off with Sackboy, and then they brought in Sackgirl, and then they brought in Sack Friends, you know, and they're just all goofing off, bouncing around, doing it. So I like that style too of how they introduced it. Like, hey, this is also a multiplayer game,
right?
So I think they're good.
I hope that they have the ability for like people to make levels like they did in Little Big Planet. This not being a Little Big Planet game, I'm not. I don't think
Dreams is at the helm of this one. So
Media Molecule.
Yeah. Media Molecule. Yeah. Media Molecule, which made Dreams. Yeah.
Correct, and also made Little Big Planet. I didn't think they were either. I thought it was by a different developer.
I think so, yeah.
I'll be excited whenever it comes out. I want to see some more reviews on it, and what they end up doing with it. But yeah, and then after Little Big Planet's Sackboy Adventure, Destruction All Stars was the next one on the list.
What do you think?
It looks like Overwatch, Rocket League.
I was thinking Destruction League, Battle Royale.
Yeah,
but
like, so like Valorant took like CS:GO and Overwatch.
Yeah.
Okay, this one just took Rocket League and Overwatch.
It's
done.
It's gonna be out there.
Done.
Maybe it'll be safe to say you'll have some character passes.
Some battle passes, yeah, and then cosmetics for sure.
Yeah. Maybe even some leagues, some season
skins for sure.
Passes, so you go earn or something.
Yeah, you gotta earn it, bro. You gotta earn it.
You only get one match per day.
Oh, fuck out of here!
For $6, you could get another one.
Oh, speaking of season passes, they added the Chris Vector into season 4 of Call of Duty.
Are you fucking serious?
And I am this close to giving him my $10, dude.
Just buy it. Just give it to me, bitch.
Just close to giving him my $10 because you can also, because it starts off as the pistol, but you can. I mean, it starts off as the SMG, but you can downgrade it to the pistol, or you can upgrade it to the carbine. And I'm just like, So I am this close to buying the battle pass just because I want to
give me the Chris Vector. Hey Rick, you're in a long map. I don't care. Give me the Chris Vector.
Give me the Chris Vector, bro. I'll take the rifle version.
I'll play the short game. I don't care. I'll play the run and gun.
But on to the next thing, which was after the Destruction Derby one, was Ember Lab came out and they were showing off a new IP called Kena Bridge of Spirits, and that one to me looked like it looked like a Pixar movie, and it looked like everything that Breath of the Wild wanted itself to be. It's something like there was action and platforming and like little cute things around. I don't know what the hell they were. They were so cute, and the graphics just looked amazing, and like the cinematics and the gameplay and everything. And I was like, holy shit! Like this game caught my attention like that, dude. I was like blown away by that one. And I'm like, if I had to put like new IPs on my list, like that would be up there, up at the top, dude. That one, what was it? The Deathloop and Ghostwire, I think, were the three. Oh, I'm sorry, Little Devil Inside were the top 3 that I had never seen before that I want to see way more of.
The one that I was interested in, I think, was called Solar Ash.
Yeah, Solar Ash is on the list as well.
Yes, that one I saw. That it was the same guys who made. Oh my god, they made Hyper Light Drifter. I forget the name of the developers, but they made Hyper Light Drifter, and I got that on my Switch. And man, I played it. And of course, it's right up my alley. You guys know what kind of style I like. But I played that game, and you had basic abilities, and you just do it and go around. Annapurna, and the thing is, when you play Drifter, the story is very vague. You don't know what's going on, but you have a sense of just something is just not right,
right.
And there's like these, I have no idea what's going on, but I mean, I really did like the style of it, and seeing this kind of like a Hyperlight Drifter for this these new graphics and everything looks really, really pretty. So I'm excited to see what these guys could do with it. So this is another one of the new IPs that I'm interested in.
Hell yeah.
I would like to see more.
Solar Ash looked fucking dope. Solar Ash. The Far Shore also looked really cool. That was like that weird artistic one that they had showed where it was like a bunch of different galaxies and it kind of looked like No Man's Sky. You had like Left Earth.
Oh yeah.
It was like a bunch of weird like
very
color
artsy
tones.
when we saw it. Excuse me. Yeah, it looked very artsy when we looked at it. I was like, huh?
What's this? Huh?
Very artsy.
It looked weird. It looked like a No Man's Sky type video game where like there was a bunch of procedurally generated worlds or whatever. So I want to see more on that one as well. It's too early for me to give my opinion. Like it didn't blow me away.
Yeah, they didn't give you too much.
It looked interesting enough that I wanted to look into it a little bit more.
They didn't give you too much. Yeah, you just saw this stuff like okay.
The new Oddworld game. I know that Mikkel's probably excited for that one. It was called Soulstorm, I believe is what it was called. So Oddworld Soulstorm, coming 2021.
You think at a certain point they would have been like, you know what, let's start with a new character.
No, he's
Like, if they-
finally
without-
gonna
they-
cut
they-
the tape off of his lips
If
so
they
he can
didn't-
talk,
If they
dude.
did like 5 games with them already.
He's finally cutting the tape off of his lips so he can
Let's
talk.
find somebody else, another immigrant that needs help.
What, immigrants?
Isn't he? He's like an alien immigrant that needs help.
Oh, buddy,
helping his other
you're
friends cross.
canceled right now.
Help
Somebody's
cross.
coming. Security.
SJW police are coming down.
Dude, they're gonna break through that window and yank you up like it's a fucking
The vegan
Hunger
police.
Games.
Like Scott Pilgrim, the vegan police. Love that movie.
Oh, going back to what was that last one we were just talking about?
Abe's Odyssey.
No, before that.
The Planet No Man's Sky
Oh
one.
my gosh.
I don't know. I got the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah, me too. I'm sorry. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
The Far Shore.
The Far Shore. Yeah.
Being that it did look like No Man's Sky, I had to go ahead and bring this up. No Man's Sky is adding crossplay to its game through all 3 platforms.
That's good.
So PC, PlayStation, and Xbox can all play together. That's freaking awesome. I just wanted to add that little bit of news in there since we had brought up No Man's Sky. I don't want to bring it up anymore. No Man's Sky has been talked about.
We've talked about it enough.
It's been made fun of enough.
But having yeah, we've shown it enough. No more shit.
But
crossplay's good.
Yeah, crossplay.
No matter what game it is, crossplay's good. When you get your audience together, it's just better for the game.
Right, and the game is continuing to get better and better and better, and they've supported it.
Yeah,
because they took a lot of money from people. And they deserve to. We deserve a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're adding in crossplay. But anyway, onto Oddworld. I thought that it looked okay. It didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
It didn't like take my breath away. I'm excited for it because I'd have.
Oh, sorry.
I remember playing original, Oddworlds and stuff like that. So
When did it come out? On Sega's?
no, they came out Dreamcast was the first one, and then Munch's Odyssey was on Xbox. So it was Dreamcast, then Xbox.
Okay.
But it is nostalgia. I will play it, but will I buy a
maybe not on top of the list.
But here's the thing that I ask myself: will I buy a PS5 to play a Oddworld?
No,
definitely not.
But you will buy a PS5
to play Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5
again. Son of a bitch.
Spider-Man
for sure.
Yeah.
Horizon. I'll buy a PlayStation 5 to play exclusives.
Street Fighter 6.
And that's not gonna happen. It's not happening.
No, actually, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's gonna be Street Fighter 3. No, it's gonna be Street Fighter 6 Turbo Championship Battle Royale Edition.
Arcade, yeah. Battle Season
Pass.
Yeah, buy it now.
So Oddworld, and then we can talk about Ghostwire Tokyo a little bit more. Yeah, it looked fucking.
It looked good. Like I said, with the whole kanji part, you had these spells coming out and everything, just flying, and
it reminded me a lot of BioShock, if I had to be honest. Like with and
these creepy bad guys. You have that little schoolgirl, with the missing head, the body going around. These spirits with these long spindly, fingers and everything coming around. I was like, oh God, yeah. So,
it looked really cool, man. I was very excited. Yeah. And I remember seeing the preview for it earlier last year whenever they did the E3, but all they did was like a quick cinematic.
They showed you very little.
They didn't show you any gameplay. Yeah, they were like, we're excited to announce this game, but then like they showed them walking through Tokyo or whatever and a ghost, and then that was about it. But like this one showed a little bit more gameplay. They gave you a little bit more information. Yeah. So I got a little bit more hype for it. Now, once again, will I buy a PlayStation 5 to play Ghostwire Tokyo?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not that game.
But
I'll buy it to play these other games.
Buy it at a deep discount. I will.
Yeah.
So, or I will accept it as a free game on my PlayStation Plus membership, which I will also do.
Or if your friend has a copy and they want to borrow it. Like I said, that's one of the things I do love about physical copies. Just borrowing games.
Or that. Of course, Hitman 3 coming out January 2021. They're going to conclude
the arc.
This story arc that they've been going through. This new style that they've done for Hitman, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
It seems played out. From what I gathered from the story, it feels like now your agency has betrayed you, and now you have gone dark.
What I meant was,
sorry.
The story is kind of played out, but this is the spy trope. But my whole point is like, instead of releasing one game, they did 3 separate games, and each one had a season. You know what I'm saying? So like, they did 3 games in pretty rapid succession. So within 6 years, they've done 3 different games with like I don't know, so many DLCs that are like the game, like $100 each game. If you want the full story, it's $300. Like, fuck, dude. Like, just like they're not quite at the level that they're doing for Trackmania that we talked about last week.
Yeah,
they're not quite at that bullshit ass level, because that's bullshit.
Well, Trackmania was free to play.
You're renting it for year to year. Let's get that out of the way.
Play.
Not free to play, but like they're not quite there yet, but it's pretty fucking close. Like, okay, the game comes out 1 year. So, like I said, it's a 6-year cycle. The game came out, I don't know, 6 years ago. And then DLC Season Pass 1 start the following year. And then, Game 2's out. Boom. And then, next year is the, Season Pass for extra missions and stuff. Yeah. And then, here's Game 3, January 2021. And then 2022, we're going to get Season Pass.
Well, they got to get that money back. That's a norm. That's a norm. How many times do you see a game come out and not see either season passes or cosmetics or stuff like that? When do you not see that anymore? That's almost the norm, and especially when it comes to the live games. You'll see the battle passes, the character passes.
How much do you think you're going to see that in Cyberpunk 2077?
How much I'm going to see for it?
How much do you think you'll see? How much of that shit that you're talking about?
I see? I don't know. I've definitely for sure you'll see you'll probably see.
It's gonna be 2 expansions.
There will be 2. There can be expansions. Are gonna be out there,
right?
Of course, but you're gonna see 2 versions right off the bat. You're probably gonna see the regular base game, and then you probably get the one where it comes with like the art book and the soundtrack, stuff like that. If you want that stuff,
right,
you'll get it. But how CD Projekt Red has handled their DLC in the past, where you get these several hours of content compared to just like almost
you get almost a full game.
Yeah, 20 to 30 hours of content for these DLCs. CD Projekt Red, I'm not denying that they're doing it wrong. They don't do it wrong.
But what I'm saying is, like, how much do you think you'll see of, like, it's a big developer. They're the biggest developer in Europe. But what I'm saying is like, even though they're a big developer, how much of that do you think that you'll see in, you know what I mean? Like, how much do you think you're going to see in their game, even though they are a big developer?
Maybe 6 months into it. No, maybe 6 months into it, you'll see maybe expansion.
Well, they're definitely doing the expansions.
Some expansions.
We're not going to get past that. They are doing expansions, but like whenever, let me give you when Witcher 3 came out, there was 16 DLCs that were free. They were like, every week for 16 weeks, we're going to release a new DLC. That's now, good. It wasn't a lot. It was,
extra mission.
Whatever, extra mission here, this thing here, horse or whatever. Doesn't matter. And then, okay, after all that, we're going to give you a couple months, and then boom, here's your first, Heart of Stone or whatever, Heart of Stone, and then Blood and Wine.
How much was those?
It was $20 or something like that. But one of them is like 40 hours long. The other one's another fucking 35 hours long. Now, is there a bunch of stuff for like cosmetics and all that other stuff? No. Do I think that we will see it in Cyberpunk? Yes.
Yeah?
I think so. And I can tell you why.
Tell me.
Because in Witcher 3, you didn't customize your actual character. You customized his armor.
Right.
Right? And in Cyberpunk, you're actually creating your own character. You can make your dick bigger if you want to. You can make your tits bigger in that game. So I think that you're going to see a little bit more
customization,
especially
when it comes like the mods or the cyborg implants you could do to your character. That's true.
I think, and one of the games that does it, but they don't do it really well, is Assassin's Creed. So the newer Assassin's Creed, you can actually go into the shop and you can buy like legendary sets of armor and weapons and stuff like that, and like they're completely not. They're not in. You can't even earn them in the game. Like they have specific powers for just that set that you have to spend real money for. That's dog shit. Like if you could earn it in the game, that'd be cool. But you just pay outright for this that you don't have to earn. That kind of sucks. Like don't do that.
Yeah.
But I think that we are going to see a little bit of cosmetics and things like that in the game, but I don't know how much. I think we are going to see some though.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I hope CD Projekt Red sticks to their guns and they're just be like, hey, we're pretty cool. We're not trying to shill. I hope they stick to that model.
I hope so too. The next one I got is Little Devil Inside. This one I was so happy for. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. Almost
like kind of like it could be like a stop action stop
Play
playing.
claymation.
Kind of looks almost like that kind of style,
Yeah.
So I mean,
But they had the young kid doing the adventure stuff, and then they had the old guy living his life. So like, it was like an exact opposite. So when the kid was freezing and cold out in the rain, the old man was he was like laying in bed asleep.
Yeah.
Whenever he was running and like attacking these things or whatever, the old man was walking down the street and saying hi. So was it like the old man's imagination? Like imagine
maybe they're linked somehow. Maybe that's the man when he was younger or something. Who knows? So, but yeah, I mean, something different in you.
It looked very, very. The art style was very nice, very well done, and I can't wait. I want to see more of it. I want to see some like more. I want gameplay. Is it an RPG? Is it just an adventure game? What is it? I want more information on that one.
Definitely
for sure.
IPs. New IPs are always good.
I'm loving it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm loving. They're coming out with more unique IPs on the PlayStation side than the Xbox side, but also than like the entire movie industry has put out this year.
What industry?
Which industry? Movie industry.
Which industry?
The movie The movie industry ain't putting out no kind of movies, bro.
I think everything comes like on Amazon now. It comes to Amazon and Hulu's, and that's how they get their.
Yeah, that's where they're getting their
Bill Burr
money.
was talking about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, he got this movie coming out, but it's if you
canceled.
want it, you got to see it through Amazon and stuff like that. Because
Fine with
they
that.
just have movies that need to come out.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
The next one that I saw on the list was Bug Snacks from the creators of Octodad.
Bug Snacks.
I don't know what to think of that one.
It's, you eat something and you become that animal.
Is that what it was?
Something like that. I got weenie hands, and you ate a strawberry, became part of a strawberry. So who knows?
I don't know. It was very silly and very funny.
Yeah.
And if it's any similar to Octodad, it's gonna be a very funny
Just
and
off the
very
wall,
silly game.
Rambunctious.
That Octodad was so fun. So I can't wait to see what they do with Bug Snacks. I'm a little hesitant to step foot into it because it just seems such a strange
I'll look at it.
concept. But I don't ever turn down a game just because of what I initially think. I want to see more of it.
Judge it by its cover.
Exactly. I want to see more of it. I want to see some gameplay. And even if I don't, buy it, I would like to see somebody play a silly game like that on Twitch.
I'll go to Twitch and like, hey, what's Bug Snacks?
I'm not gonna buy this game. I'm just check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. And then the last one, but not least, is fucking Deathloop.
Oh, they said Death Note. I'm like,
Deathloop.
the anime
Well,
Death Note?
it was basically Death Note trailer, like Quentin Tarantino style. But yeah, Deathloop by Arcane Studios, the one that looks a lot similar to Dishonored. But the only thing is like you have to kill this guy, and like every time it's very roguelike, and also somebody's hunting you down. But it's not just somebody's hunting you down; it's another real person is hunting you down.
That's what it is?
It is,
Okay.
yeah. So it's a real person that is playing alongside you, but they're just trying to kill you while you're trying to kill this guy.
They're trying to do your mission or
So
objectives.
it's a 1v1 where one person has the objective to kill somebody, and then the other person, the girl, has the objective to kill you before you kill that person.
Before you complete your objectives.
So looks very, very interesting. The concept I think is really cool, and I can't wait to check that one out a little bit more. I think that one comes out this year, if I'm not mistaken.
I missed the date on that one. I can't recall it.
But it looked freaking awesome, and I can't wait. But that's all I had for the PlayStation stuff.
It was a lot.
That's an hour long. But
what we got?
I want to go ahead and talk about real quick the PC gaming show that happened. I've got some
What's
quick
going on
news.
right now? Yeah, the thing is, like, this week was supposed to be E3 week when it came out.
Right.
So I mean, of course, the world's upside down right now, so everything got canceled and pushed back and moved. So everything's coming out online, and unfortunately, we had a busy day of running our errands. So we're like, oh shit, we missed some of this stuff.
Since you got a new PC,
Yeah.
right? Torchlight 3 just came out right now today. No,
it's already out?
It's out on early access right now today. That was big news.
Oh,
Torchlight 3's out right now.
Premium model.
Hey guys, Torchlight 3's out right now.
Play it right now. I don't know how it is.
It's on early access. That's pretty sweet. Persona 4 Golden is also out
I'm hyped.
right
And
now.
that was a subject that I brought up during the week because it was they had the de novo that went up, so the anti-piracy software that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when that comes up, that means they want to take care of their games, which means it's probably gonna be coming out soon. And sure enough, it shadow dropped today. So
Right, it's shadow dropped.
Yeah.
So, but also so did Torchlight.
yeah, so
But-
I'm excited for both those games. That's gonna be awesome. Like I said, I'm playing Persona 5 Royal right now, and I'm getting close. I might have to go back and get this Persona 4.
Mm-hmm. You also need 100 hours of something else to do on a PC. Why not?
Hey, I love my JRPGs.
Hey, and I bought a 2070 RTX for fucking Persona 4.
Do it, bro. That's what I got it for. I told the guy, can I play
$500
Dead Cells on this? He's like,
$500 graphics card to play Persona 4.
Can you play Dead Cells? He's like,
yeah. Hades. You should have said Hades.
Yeah, can I play Hades on this? He's like, yeah,
bro. Also, the creator Dean Hall of DayZ revealed his new game called Icarus. It is a survival game with a lot of building elements. He's talked about it before. However, I don't trust Dean Hall anymore, man, because I got bamboozled with DayZ. So
but that's how you got PUBG, right?
Huh? You got PUBG because of Arma. DayZ was an Arma mod. PUBG was an Arma mod. So you get them because of modders. He did create a pretty awesome game. It was like one of the first battle royales without being a battle. It didn't force you.
Didn't close the.
There wasn't like a loop, but like it dropped 100 random people in a spot, and like the loot was randomized and things like that. So it was very much so pretty. But
it was a battle royale before it was a battle royale.
You know what I liked about DayZ that the battle royales don't really do really well is that whenever they put you on the map somewhere. On DayZ, they don't give you a map.
You have to find one?
The map is huge, right? You have to find a physical map and a compass to know where you're going.
I like that.
See, that's a good idea for these guys to throw into these newer ones. But like, I'm gonna drop here and I know exactly where I'm at and which way to go.
Yeah,
now, if you
everybody go swamp. Nah.
If you know exactly where everything's at, like once you we played DayZ so much, we would pop up somewhere like, I'm in Chernogorsk or wherever, because it was all in Russian. I'm over here. Okay, we'll walk down the coast until you meet me. Okay, cool. Or until you follow the power lines. Like somebody would have a map on the team and we would all get together. That's one thing that they need to do. I think it would make it a little bit harder. Start to circle, the entire map. Put everybody, let everybody drop on the map wherever they the flight paths are always
crisscrossing and
different anyway. Yeah. Just let them drop wherever they want and then figure it out. Find a map though.
Yeah.
Don't just I have a map where I can see.
You're having to use the landmarks to help you traverse the map. Yeah. Hey, I'm by the big old
makes
tree.
It a little bit more difficult. So he did announce Icarus. I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on this one just because of his track record.
We'll watch.
Me personally, I'll sit and watch and wait.
Maybe it'll be the BR killer.
Doubt it. It's a crafting game. It's gonna be It's gonna be free to play also.
With small transactions and ads.
Evil Genius 2 by Rebellion Games. They showed off some gameplay. That one's coming this year.
I don't even know what Evil Genius 1 is.
I'm just reading the news.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Remnant from the Ashes is going to be wrapping up with its final DLC coming out August 20th.
That's the Dark Souls shooter you and House were playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I stopped playing it, but I kind of need to get back into it.
Get back in there, bro.
But yeah, it's going to be called Subject 2923, and it's the final piece of DLC for the game, and it's coming out August 20th. I'm glad that they're not trying to monetize for many, many years. It's like, hey, 2-year cycle. Okay, we're going to move on.
Yeah.
And it was a team of small developers.
Small team, yeah. Okay, we did.
You can hop in their Discord. It was like 15 people, bro. It was nobody was in there. There was people in there, but I'm talking about like as far as
very small community,
very small dev community, which is what I meant. It's like 10 to 15 people. It wasn't that much. It was like nothing at all.
Like that.
Humble Games showed off a lot of stuff. They said. Total War Saga. We talked about this one last week or the week before last. That game is going to be free for 24 hours when it's released on Epic. Also, speaking of free games on Epic, right now you can get Ark Survival Evolved, which is a $40 game for free on Epic. So hey, free games for you. Get a fucking Epic account, dude. By the way.
Oh yeah, my laptop's out.
Yeah, you got a gaming PC now.
Do I?
Mafia Definitive Edition is it's a new version built entirely from the ground up of the original Mafia. They were showing that off at this thing.
Those are the ones that were the HD that recently came out with the HD collection?
No, 2 and 3 came out.
Oh, 2 and 3? Okay.
Yeah, so 1 is getting remade entirely from the ground up, which I don't know why they didn't do that
to begin with.
All of them. Whatever, guys.
Right? I'm not a developer.
No,
I just talk shit about your games.
But there was a lot of other trailers shown. Godfall. They showed
Godfall. I want to see more Godfall.
Mortal Shell. Yes. They showed off.
Give me more of that.
Surgeon Simulator 2. They showed off a bunch of stuff. So we need a little bit more time to go through this. But the big news is, Torchlight 3 is out right now.
Persona 4 is out
Persona
right
4
now.
is out right now, and a bunch of other stuff that they're showing off, and they still have tomorrow to go through as well.
We're gonna have loaded shows, bro.
Dude,
Loaded shows.
I mean, we're loaded right now, dude.
Yeah.
And then also the Nintendo Summer Games sale is going on right now.
Is it?
The PlayStation State of Play is going on. Not State of Play. The
Summer sale. I went on there. I wasn't too impressed.
It was a bunch of Sony proprietary
Wasn't too
stuff,
much
except for Persona 4 or 5.
Persona 5 is on sale too.
Yeah.
So you get that a little cheaper.
So-
but yeah, I went in there. I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, some of that stuff you have PS Plus, PS Network, or PlayStation Network, whatever.
Yeah.
You probably got some of them. Cause I saw Uncharted, Thief's Tale.
Right.
Or Uncharted, yeah. I saw God of War already, and I saw a couple other ones. So you might have some of those games. I wasn't too impressed. I was like, oh, okay. You were missing some of the PlayStation gems.
Right.
You might want to pick them
And
up.
then
now.
like also Nintendo's got their sale going on. So Blasphemous is like 50% off right now.
Like Blasphemous.
A bunch of other stuff is very, very deeply discounted. One of the games that we played last year called Bloodstained sold 1 million copies.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. I'm like, okay, you and me are responsible. We were responsible for a sale. I think we got
Juan to buy it.
Juan to buy it.
But also, they also have content roadmap for the rest of 2020,
I saw
which is
that.
crazy because the game is already a year and a half old or so.
It came out like in June of last year, so a little bit,
About a year.
But
they have content roadmap for the rest of 2020,
and which
is another playable character.
But that's later on down the road. I think there's gonna be like a boss mode where you go in there, beat all the bosses.
Right, but that's still content.
Mode. It's content. You're getting more, but it's like I want to say maybe work on something else. I don't know. I mean, how much more can you go into Castlevania or into a Metroidvania or Castlevania and keep like? I mean, I know one of the latest updates you can play as Zangetsu,
right.
The guy who voiced the character that was voiced by David Hayter. You can play as him.
Yeah.
So I guess it's cool. I mean, it's cool. You're getting more content.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
If you purchase the game, it's free content. Like,
it's free.
You're mad.
Okay, well, if it's fucking dirt free, then yeah, I'm all about it. My bad.
Why are you mad, bro?
Like trying to strong arm me.
Super defensive over
I thought
here.
they were gonna strong arm me.
No.
Give me some shit out. Okay.
All you gotta do is log on to your Switch.
I think I'm just a little sour that I bought it on the Switch.
Oh,
I should have bought it on
but the performance is now up. You don't remember that update?
I didn't tell Papa. I couldn't tell the difference.
You tried?
I tried it, Papa. I couldn't tell the difference.
That's hilarious.
Maybe when I play it on PC.
Maybe. Hey, maybe
something.
I'll give you a copy.
Maybe play at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I'll give you a disc copy.
Thank you.
But
there's no tray. What's I did?
Bro, you asked me that stupid ass question. I wanted to smack.
We had thermal paste.
Thermal paste.
Got lots of it though.
But other than that, man, that's all I got for this week. Would you got anything for you want to do MPDs? We're only an hour and 20 in, so
that's a good time for us. No, guys, we'll be back next week with the MPDs. Don't look them up. Fucking Kevin, and spoil it for all of us and tweet it out.
Yeah, Kevin.
I'll come back with MPD reports next week. They came out earlier this week. I got some minor stuff, but like I said, we're gonna save that for next week because we got stuff to do.
Yeah, you got stuff to do.
We love hanging out with you guys.
I'm gonna buy Torchlight 3 and Persona 4 right now for free.
Ruben, where can they find me?
I don't know. Where can they find you?
Guys, you can find me
in the crib. It's going down.
In my house, play some Smash with the adapter that I bought. I wanted the lag.
Fucking loser.
You want a USB port? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now, guys, you guys can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, IG, YouTube, all that good stuff at OS_Rick with the 1. I know I said I was gonna be streaming, but I wasn't because my laptop was out, and I just didn't want to do the whole bootleg, through the PlayStation, the mic. Actually, getting my reaction captured and talk to you guys and stuff like that. But I will be back. Especially, I'm going to take this rig home and we're going to set it all up. Ruben hopefully will join me later.
Oh shit, am I? Okay.
I don't, unless you guys know.
I'm a Torchlight 3 and Persona 4.
Never mind then. You guys games to do, guys.
I'm not.
But that's about it. Tonight I'm probably going to just chill, lay low, relax. Sunday, we're going to get ready for back to work, guys. Like, fuck. I was telling Mikkel, like, next year I'm going to take 2 weeks off. She's like, no, you get bored. I'm like,
yeah, I'm already bored.
Yeah, I was like,
I've only had 1 day off. I'm bored as shit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I probably need work. It's just gonna be high. I just got lazy, I got comfortable just waking up whenever.
Yeah.
And then I feel like eating a sandwich.
I'm making breakfast.
It's easy, it's chill. See what Ruben's up to. Oh, he's still at work.
Oh, I'm working.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
You were texting me at noon. I'm like, yeah. I'm about to get off of work right now.
I'm gonna hang out with my dogs. But yeah, you guys catch me there. I love streaming. I love all that doing stuff. I love doing the podcast. I love hanging out with you guys. And I can't wait till next week to do it again. from a better non-shitty studio.
Yeah, so funny. Anyway, guys, you can catch me on all things social media at @OS_onslaught. If you have any questions, comments, concerns with the podcast, hit us up at optionselectpodcast@gmail.com. Also, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at optionselectpod, if I'm not mistaken, or optionselectpodcast. One of the two.
You'll find us.
You'll find us somewhere. Just look up Option Select Podcast.
You'll find us.
And we love you. As always, we appreciate you guys sticking around and listening to us to blather on about our weeks and our gaming news. And hopefully we get a price soon on this PS5. We get a release date on the PS5 and the Xbox. I'm excited for both.
Yeah.
But right now, I got to kick Rick out of this house. He's been here since 9 a.m. He needs to get the out.
Yeah, and before we leave, guys, if you have any interest in any of these games that we talked about, let us know what you think about them. Like I said, I'm definitely interested in Returnal and the Demon Souls remake, the Solar Ash, and the... I'm sure they're missing one. But yes, come back at us and let us know what games you are interested in.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Grand Theft Auto 5.